since the most recent Super Auto Pets balance update, stats have been harder to come by in the mid-game. You can no longer abuse Kiwi, you can no longer abuse Muskox, Stork isn't as strong, you can't really leech Camel as well anymore. So based on this, I have a working theory. Does this not elevate the status of the Poison Dart Frog? Now the Poison Dart Frog is like a baby snake or a baby cobra. It'll trigger and it'll attack the highest health enemy. And since the highest health enemy won't be as high anymore, doesn't that make it more valuable? That's my working theory. Today's video is an exploration and a test of that. Just how strong and how viable is the Poison Dart Frog, and has it entered the meta? Okay, here is my face, and here is the run. In we get, let's play it nice and fast. So, just to make this point crystal clear, the new balance update happens, and it doesn't make that many pets stronger. All it really does is says, hey, here's like 5 or 6 of the units that everyone is abusing in custom packs. Let's make them weaker. Makes sense, right? And I know people like Grounded Stat were rejoicing. Reports say Grounded was running around Scotland waving his shirt that he'd taken off, and you get my point, right? Like, people who don't like abusing the meta were happy. The problem that it presents is now people are just on the quest to find the next meta. And based on the fact that not that many units were made stronger, it's probably something pre-existing that gets the biggest buff. Obviously, Anteater right there did receive a really good buff, but for the most part, it's like, okay, what pets become more viable than they once were in a competitive sense? And you heard my reasoning at the start about why I think the Poison Dart Frog enters that category. If something has lower health as their highest health pet, and I have a pet that can target that, doesn't that make it like... Am I crazy? Doesn't that make it like the Poison Dart Frog kind of good? Oh, just quickly, I'm jumping in here to say that if you really want to maximize the Poison Dart Frog, you want to use Wolverine and Onion and all these other things. I was more so looking at it from the perspective of, if you're not building around it, but it's just a key pet in your lineup, how strong is it? That's really like what I'm looking at here. And you're going to see 2 runs today. And the answer is... Poison Dart Frog before patch? Poison Dart Frog after patch? You know, it's maybe a less negative connotation, I guess would be my answer. So my last video about looking at like a nice build, which was on Saturday, it featured the Flea. This also features the Flea. It also features my Ant hitting all the wrong units in all the wrong places. Why? Because the Flea, it's going to, you can see it right there, it's going to target the most healthy enemy. And so is the Poison Dart Frog. So it's sort of a natural thing. As well as that, the unit that the Poison Dart Frog is hitting will have weakness. So it's extra strong. And you can see, like, it's pretty valuable, I guess, until the late game. Alpaca's nice. Have some stats, my brethren. How about some Hercules Beetle gameplay? Are you kidding me? There's the Poison Dart Frog. So at level 1, it's doing 4 damage. So you obviously want something that's going to faint a lot in front of it so it gets multiple triggers. How do we go here? A lot of stats on this team. But we're too strong. Anteater, dude. It's so cracked, man. It's so cracked. Okay, so now this is where it gets interesting. In comes the Slug, which really was a bit of a mistake on my end, in that I chose to use the Alpaca trigger on that, but hey, it's not the end of the world. And are you seeing the problem right now? Nothing can really belong at the back in this current lineup that I'm running, so we just go Slug. We have level ups galore. Let's see how we go. You kill my Flea, see if I care. Because I kill you, my brother. And somehow we win this round. So we maintain 3 health. We're on turn 9. Is this a strong turn 9 team? No, but we've got directions. And by direction, I mean direction. One direction. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. Put the Slug in second position. I believe that was the original lyrics to the song. Now we're cooking. So the poison dart frog is dealing. Let's pause. In this case, it's going to be this, the anteater. It's going to get weakness. Every time a slug dies, the poison dart frog will deal 8 damage plus 3 damage due to the weakness. So we're getting 11 damage 3 times. In this case, well, the highest health enemy dropped. But you see the effect. This is like, level 2 poison dart frog at this stage is really strong. But to answer my question from the start about it entering the meta, the simple answer is no. Because while this is like a pretty good pet, it turns out you're still way better off. And I mean way better off just waiting for Snake or Cobra. So I would view it as like, bring a poison dart frog into your team, but don't build around it. As we watch it absolutely dominate, are you kidding me? Nice, so turn 11 now, we have our elephant seal, as every single video on my channel does at the moment. I think this is probably the last video that you'll see it in. I'll put it away for a while. I don't want to just like purely run the strongest lineup. I think I'm finding the answers that I was looking for. Now, I have Onion in my pack. I could run Onion and get another trigger on it, but I just want it to be strong. Instantly got results protecting from the Lynx. Your Toad is dead. Your Lynx is dead. Your Buzz is dead. Okay, so maybe I undersold it. It's kind of a good time. Why don't you take that, my brother? And I want a 1-up for the Flea. Spoiler alert, we're not going to find it. So this is turn 12. Keep in mind, we're on turn 12 right here. We're sort of like protected from snipes with our stats and armor. We versus summon team. Almost kill. So obviously you could put Pineapple on the poison dart frog, but based on the fact that I knew its stats would go up, I wasn't too interested in that. Because it in itself had has valuable stats. And now we enter what will be the final round. We're on turn 13. We're gonna roll. I'm looking for a 1-up for the Flea. We'll settle for Melon. I was gonna say song lyric, but it didn't quite fit. Anyway, who cares? We have a fairly well-balanced team. Turn 13. This guy's got stats galore. But we're just slowly wearing them down. Look at that. Every single unit's taking a little and we win pretty comfortably. So that's the first run. And I think like it sort of demonstrates where I'm at with the poison dart frog. In that it's good, but it has not entered like this is the strongest build you can make conversation. However, since we're here, I'm going to pause and let's head over to another pretty fun run involving it. Okay, here's my face again. Although my face was already on the screen anyway. We're going to pick this 1-up from turn 11. Why? Because it goes kind of late. You can see 3 health left, 5 wins. And I go sicko mode, man. Double poison dart frog. The issue being that there's no slug or there's no real summons going on. So it's not ideal, but it is fun. We also have Vulture. So this is sort of like a yuck kind of build, like slow progression. You get weakness, you die. You die. So you can see like it's pretty fun. Once again, not the strongest, but it's a good time. We don't even have to try. It's always a good time, even though it's not in the meta. Now, once again, Onion is available, but I want to test it straight up, man. Now, you kill my Vulture and that stings, but weakness is pretty good. I mean, like, it's fun. It's fun. I'll admit, it's fun. It's a good time. Let's take scaling. It's just... And if you count it up, once I get 1-up on the Flea, which is coming next round, that's 1, 2 for the Flea, 3, 4, 5. So we really want something to spawn from the Elephant Seal perk, and that way the Vulture gets 3 triggers. Now this is an interesting little team. He's cooking up a lot. Your Wolf's dead.
Oh, he didn't quite get you.
Close. Even with another trigger there for the vulture, we weren't winning. But hey, we have double poison dart frog, and that's something that we can be proud about. We can write home to our mum about that. Hey mum, my mum's like, hey, what did you do this weekend? I took a perk that spawned something off my elephant seal, meaning that the vulture got one less trigger, but I ran 2 poison dart frogs, and she'd be like, that's right, baby. That's how my mum talks. Vulture, ooh, poison dart frog. It's pretty cool when it comes together. So we're on 8. Turn 15, we are guaranteed to go against more scaled teams. And I guess, like, the big issue here is that we don't have anything gold generating, and the elephant seal doesn't quite pop as much. Because really, I want to buy perks for the other stuff as well. But that means I'm not buying perks for the elephant seal, so look, this isn't the cleanest. I can see why this team ended the way it did. Oh, by the way, Snipes destroy this team. Fastest gnome in the West. Who I mentioned in the previous video, right? Mentioned that he thinks Snipes mid-game into the late game with scaling late game is the new meta. I'm starting to think he might be correct. So we get Vulture on our... Lemon on our Vulture. We're 2 wins away. We're on lethal. How are we going to go? What's your gut feel on this team? Pause. He's pulled my Vulture to 2nd position. And this poison dart frog has just copped some elephant smashing. Sorry, croc smashing. Let's actually go slow for this one. Flea dies. Flea comes back. Now 4 of their units have weakness. Vulture attacks. Kills their back unit. We kill their bison. In comes the poison dart frog. We're wearing him down bit by bit. Elephant seal. Kills and dies. You go to 1 health. Here comes the monkey. Perfect amount of damage. It's so sick, and we win. And really, like, that was the shining moment of this run, which has sort of spoiled the ending, but there's 1 round left. You'll see what happens. Basically, like, to conclude my premise here, is it worth having in your pack? Yes. I think it's one of the 10 best tier 4s. Should you build your team around it? Absolutely not under any circumstances. Just get a snake instead. You'll do better. Like, we survived the snipes here, but it's not enough. It's not enough. But hey, that's my video anyway. Thank you for watching. Like, I've recorded this on the same day as the video that went up Saturday, so we might be living in an entirely new Super Auto Pets world by the time this comes out, but I hope you've been enjoying the content. I'm going to head off to some other, like, research mission and see what else I can find out about this game between now and the next video. I hope your grinds are good as well. I hope you have a fantastic week. And I'm out of here, people. Peace.